So today is February 23rd, 2026, and this is today's trade breakdown. Right now I'm on gold on the 5-minute time frame, and once I woke up I saw this. Right, if we go to the higher time frame, to the hour, we can see that gold has been very bullish. Right, we see price going up, came down, rejected off of here, started pushing back up. Right, so I'm already looking for, okay, price might continue to break highs, break this high, or price might come down and retest, since it's been uptrending basically since last Friday basically. Yeah, so yeah, like once I woke up I saw this. Right, there's a little rejection on the 1 hour, price came up right here, started consolidating. I see 3 MAs are under price, so I'm basically looking for buys. Right, then I saw price do this. It broke this high right here, so I already created a demand zone right here. This would have been my demand, and I was waiting for price to come back down, hit my demand zone, so then we could go see how price reacts of the zone to then get for buys, going for buys on gold. Right here price started coming down, boom, hit my demand zone. Here I was waiting for a break of candle high to get in the trade, and price never gave us that. Rejected, price never gave us that. Boom, it broke the zone, this trade became invalid. So from here we were just waiting. I also saw this, that this is a resistance right here, and price could have possibly just, with this candle, grab liquidity, right, hit everybody's stop loss that was buying off of this consolidation area, and yeah, basically grab liquidity to then continue pushing up. So I was looking at that too. I was like, okay, but normally I won't take those trades because that's not my strategy. I'm only looking for supply and demand. Right, but I also have a secondary strategy, which I highly recommend people to have. You want to have at least 2 strategies in your pocket. One is your main strategy, and you want to have a backup strategy just in case price conditions or market conditions change, right? Because throughout the seasons, throughout the quarters, market conditions will change. So you want to have a secondary strategy just in case your regular main strategy is not playing out, right? So here we're just waiting. I was waiting for a clear setup, a clear supply or demand setup, right? So the other strategy that I used, I was not seeing that, and I was like, okay, if I see price, like if you have taken my course, you know that I also taught 3 MA breakouts. So what 3 MA breakouts basically is a momentum candle breaking the 3 MA lines, and we getting in for buys or sell based off the momentum of that candle that broke and closed on the other side of the 3 MA lines, right? It's a little bit complicated, but if you watch the course, you understand what I'm talking about. So here with this candle, I saw this candle on gold open up and it started pushing the momentum. It broke the 50 MA line right here, and it broke the 13 MA line right here. So price came up, right, broke these 2 lines, and it closed above. So right off the back I was like, okay, when price, if I sent it to the group chat, I was like, okay, if price closed above these EMA lines and closes solid, like strongly bullish, I'll be getting in for buys. All right, I'll be getting in for buys. Stop loss was like right here, boom. 1-to-1 is here. 1-to-1 is there. 1-to-2 is roughly around here. Right. So I already sent this out to the group chat. We're like, okay, we see this momentum candle pushing. It broke the 3 MAs. Right, like 3 seconds before the candle closed, fully closed up there, I got in for buys. Boom. Because the next candle opens and price could like glitch and be up here, or you know, it could just move super fast as soon as the next candle opens. That it's better to just get in the trade before the candle fully closes, like literally a couple seconds before it fully closes. So yeah, we got in. Price was just consolidating. Well, it was just moving here, consolidating a little bit, and then the next candle opened and started pushing up, almost hitting our 1-to-1 target, and then bam, It basically hit our one-to-one target with that candle right here. I basically closed out here. I closed out 80% of my trade, because mind you, I don't normally trade this strategy. My main strategy that I trade is supply and demand. So this strategy has like more of a 50% win rate, right? Supply and demand has more like a 70-30% win rate, right? So this strategy, I make sure to close out most of my profits at 1-to-1 and hold the rest for 1-to-2, right? So already as my 1-to-1 got hit, I closed out 80% of my profits already. Boom. And then I just hold the rest for 1-to-2, see if we can maximize the trade. Also, like once my 1-to-1 got hit, I closed out 80% of the profits, and I moved my stop loss to break even. So now it's a risk-free trade. We still have another position floating in profit. Prices going to our second target, and yeah, it's a risk-free trade. So from here, we're just waiting. Then the next candle opened, bam, and smacked our 1-to-2 target. I actually got out like around this area, around here. Yeah, like probably like around this area. Yeah, I got out right around there. And yeah, on this trade alone, since I closed out majority of my trade, like 80% of my trade at 1-to-1, I didn't really make that much money in this trade setup, but I made a good amount that I'm not complaining about, you know what I mean? But basically, I'm gonna show you right now. As you can see right here, we made 300 bucks. I ended up closing out the trade, like 80% of the trade at 1-to-1, and then the running position that I left, I ended up closing at 1-to-2 target, which was $200, equaling to $550 for the day. And this was only in 25 minutes. It was only a 25-minute trade, which was pretty chill and all that. But if I would have held the whole trade all the way to my second target without closing out no partials, this definitely would have been another $1,000 day, which would have been amazing. But hey, better to be secure and better to be safe than sorry, because price could have easily went over here, rejected off this area, and bounced back down, and probably come down, grab liquidity all the way down here. So who knows, you know? Plus that was like the New York Stock Exchange open literally like 5 minutes before that. So I was not trying to be risky. I was trying to secure at least some profits, get out the trade, have a winning day, break even, and just see how far else the trade could run. If it's gonna hit my second target, I get out, I'm satisfied with it. $500 for the day in 25 minutes, can't complain. It could have been more, it could have been 1,000, can't complain, right? At the end of the day, we still made some money, we beat the markets. Right after here, price kept going up, literally went for 4 times our risk. What the hell? Literally went for like 4 times our risk. So if I would have held the full trade on this position, it would have been like a $2,000 day. It would have been my biggest day yet so far. But hey, it's cool. Tomorrow we back in the markets to see what happens. Like I said before, this is not a strategy I normally trade. But once it does play out, it plays out, you know, very good, because we're using momentum. Basically, we're trading based off momentum. Supply and demand is the same thing, trading based off momentum. But yeah, that's basically today's trade setup. It played out good, and yeah, I know a lot of people might be saying, yo, should have hold the trade, you know, for 2 times your risk. But like I said, it's not my normal strategy. I don't trade it like that. I only trade it here and there, and if I do trade it, it's mainly on gold, because it doesn't really work too well on my other pair. But it does work, and as you can see, it pays out. But yeah, that's basically today's trade breakdown. That's what I saw on gold. After that, price just did that, started pushing back up, and currently this is where we at the moment in gold, right? So yeah, that was today's trade. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord if you guys want to learn more of how I teach and what strategies I use and how I trade, or if you want me to help you out perfect or just adjust your trading system to get more results. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the video. Till next time.